original Rangers in colonial North America created the template. Unconventional companies, they fought unconventional wars with unconventional tactics. They thrived in places where the usual rules of engagement do not apply.
Rangers do two things through history. They patrol and they raid. And so the idea of ranging or being a borderer means protecting the boundaries of your nation or your tribe.
The most famous of their number was an 18th century commando considered the granddaddy of counterinsurgency, Major Robert Rogers. Rogers raised his first band of Rangers in 1756. The mission? To protect British settlers from raiding Native Americans and their French allies.
In America, on the frontier, the standing army style of linear warfare did not work in the woods because the Indians didn't play by the same rules. They would fight using ambush.
The settlers had to adapt to survive. They needed to meet the raiders on their own terms. Rogers' men soon became the masters of patrol and ambush.
The idea was to take frontiersmen who were able to live in the wilderness and to fight like the Indians. They became raiders. They began to perform long-range penetration raids.
Rogers' Rangers adopted the same tactics and wielded them with great success. Their victories helped turn the tide in the struggle for control of North America. Camouflage, stealth, and the brutal tomahawk had become their stocks in trade.
The tactics they developed were taken largely from the Indians, the skulking way of war, ambush techniques, fighting in from very close, using the musket at 50 yards or less, and then moving in to finish up with the tomahawk and the long knife.
The tomahawk was the frontiersman's friend, a tool for cutting wood and making shelter. Rogers' Rangers learned from the Indians how to use it as a savage close-quarters weapon.
Not only as a hand weapon for hand-to-hand combat in close quarters, but also a skilled frontiersman or Indian could throw it into an enemy to knock them out to about 25 yards in some cases.
The development of rapid-firing weapons in the 19th and 20th centuries seemed to spell the end for the tomahawk. But 200 years later, the 17th century tomahawk was updated and retooled for the modern battlefield. Bobbe Branton is a combat knife and tomahawk designer. He has been involved in the manufacture of the tomahawk that was reborn in the jungles of Vietnam.
Back in the late 60s and early 70s, the gentleman that I got to be friends with, his name was Peter Lagana. He invented the Vietnam Tomahawk.
Rangers in Vietnam were attracted to the tomahawk for the same reason as Rogers' Rangers. A weapon that can perform many tasks means less kit. Less kit means you can move faster. Moving fast means staying alive.
He wanted a good tool, something that would be a little bit more versatile than just a regular knife. Something that you can use for trenching, you can use it for breaching, and you can use it for hand-to-hand combat.
The 2006 model Tomahawk is popular with troops in Iraq and Afghanistan looking to boost their equipment. Tomahawks have come a long way. Composite materials now make them almost indestructible.
This would have been a wooden tomahawk. It would have more than likely would have broken in half.
Bobbe was emailed this story by a soldier in Iraq who owes his life to his tomahawk.
They were going into a small little hut. When they knocked on the door, nobody would answer. So the soldier kicks the door down. The bad guy is right there in his face, and he just simply pulled his tomahawk off of his vest and reached up and hit him, to split him right in the head.